saw, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. They've got Hart, Mikal Bridges out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's OG Anunoby, and it's Towns in at the center position. And here's Strus for three. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Brunson against Garland. Brunson, good.
And Brunson recognizes how to execute inside. The D must be more physical with him.
Now Mitchell. Allen, a screen on Bridges. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. About a minute played so far here in the first. When Donovan Mitchell, Greg, is on the floor, he is the offense.
Yeah, and that goes beyond just his ridiculous scoring. It gets overlooked that he's also a skilled passer. So one way or another, Mitchell is finding points out there.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. The wide open shot from Strus. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Garland. Strus has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Cavs. Bridges outside. Towns for three. And again, New York with the triple.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now, here's... Oh, wow!
That is powerful. Oh, he's had that move saved up for a minute. You could tell with that smile on his face, Mitchell making the most of that opportunity.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kenny Atkinson and I got a chance to talk for just a bit. Now, we both had the same topic, Mikal Bridges, and the impact he can have on the game. Coach told me he's someone we've talked about for sure. You can't let him out-hustle us. That's when he does the most damage. Let's see if they can match Bridges' energy. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. Hunter's checked in for Max Strus. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Achua's checked in. Achua, the pass to Brunson. Towns sets the pick for Brunson. And again, it's New York.
No doubt Brunson committed to getting his rhythm. He wants to be a provider on the scoreboard.
Allen with the screen for Garland. 1:19 left to play here in the first. Going inside. The Knicks pull it in.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Here's Bridges. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Cavaliers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Richard, something amazing about Donovan Mitchell. He averages over 20 points per game every single season.
Yeah, he is just a natural, talented scorer. He beats you in so many different ways. What I like most about his numbers, they go up in the postseason.
And Greg, the Cavaliers in recent years establishing a defensive identity.
Yeah, they do a great job of locking down the paint, Kevin, forcing teams to shoot over the top and just vacuuming up those misses.
Okoro's checked in for Cleveland.
We talked about the guys who play bigger than their listed size, and Donovan Mitchell is at the top of that list.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Jerome, he's checked in for the Cavaliers.
Number 2, Ty Jerome.
51 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. McBride passes to Towns. Here's Bridges. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
One tough customer. Bridges fighting for the basket in close.
Here's Garland. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's McBride. From downtown, buries the long-range jumper. It's a tie ball game.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Hunter with it. Scoreless thus far. 1 second left. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. It's a tie game here in Cleveland. And we'll get the... And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
They're playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson out there with Precious Achiuwa. Then there's Miles McBride. Then it's Payne, and it's Bridges in at the 3 spot. Pass to Mobley. Hunter with it. This one for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Hunter's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And the defense has to recognize this. Hunter is a legit threat to shoot off the catch.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass and out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it. RJ, so often with rookies, we want to judge them after half a season. We're not very patient with them. How long should we give players to prove themselves in the NBA?
Well, there's a different type of prove yourself. If you're talking about a rookie, I was taught after about game 60, you're no longer a rookie because you've played every team, you understand the defensive concept. You might be a little fatigued, but after that, you're no longer a rookie. But to judge them, if they can play in this league, it can take a couple of years.
Here's Bridges after the made shot from Evan Mobley. And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
The mid-range isn't a total no-go for Bridges. He can get that dialed in.
Cavaliers leading. Here's Jerome. Still without a basket. Pass to Okoro. Here's Jerome. The 3. Robinson pulls it in.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Back to Achiuwa. And here is Bridges. New York moving the ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's McBride. The Cavaliers pull it in.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Hunter no good.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Now, here's Bridges. The three-pointer is right on target. Bridges has got the lead up to 2 now for New York.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an edge.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Thompson, he's checked in for Evan Mobley. Donovan Mitchell comes in for Okoro. And it's Garland in for Ty Jerome. The Knicks also changing it up. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Robinson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Mikal Bridges.
When you shoot hundreds of these shots in gyms by yourself, it will make you automatic just like Mitchell.
Now here's Brunson. He's got 7. Shots good by Achiuwa. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. My goodness.
Here's Garland. They trail by 1. Sweet little floater. Garland's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, going inside and fighting for the bucket. That's what you want. You want a person that's going to fight for those inches.
Brunson with a head of steam. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Breakdown for the defenders, and you can't ask for an easier bucket than that.
Stolen by Brunson. Plays it in off the breakaway. And now a 3-point Knicks lead.
keeping his hands active. Brunson able to knock it away and convert. How about the effort?
Mitchell looking it over. In the corner, it's Hunter. Pass to Garland. The three-pointer, no good. The Knicks leading by 3. Brunson outside. Count that one. Brunson's got 13 points.
I'll be honest, he's having a better quarter than a lot of my nights back when I played.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. New York ahead, ending the second quarter with a 13-5 run. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Please join me for the second quarter. And get ready for the fan half-court shot drum line. They're measuring up the shot.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You know, Jalen Brunson has been exceptional here, guys. Wow.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
Mitchell and Strus are your wingmen. A lot of length inside. It's Mobley and Allen in the post. And it's Garland in at the point. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. The Knicks leading by 8. And here's Brunson. He's got 13. Oh, muscling it in, Brunson.
And he's got the confidence. Brunson playing out of his mind.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. Darius Garland, the son of former NBA player Winston Garland, said that he was a sponge growing up listening to his dad. He hung on every word about playing point guard. Darius says, I learned the little things much quicker. He taught me at a young age to change gears to keep defenders off balance. Kevin?
And he's doing it. I love the tricks of the trade you just talked about. Thank you so much. And it's Brunson missing. And so Garland will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They trail by 7. And the improvement, RJ, from Garland's dribble drive game has been immense.
Kevin, his confidence when he is ready to attack is next level. He's got great footwork. He's got a great handle. Very few defenders can stay in front of him in a one-on-one situation.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Mitchell finds Allen. Allen, a screen on Bridges. Mitchell wide open. And a great assist by Allen as that one goes in.
Right now, this is what you want to see. Mitchell playing without hesitation and just taking quality shots.
Brunson, good.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Here's Mitchell. Again, the Cavaliers score.
Showing off his skills as a shooter. Mitchell knocking down that mid-range look.
New York leading by 7. Brunson, left side. He was all alone on that one. Towns has got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Knicks. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Allen outside. Mobley looking it over.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And Brunson, a very physical player, someone that understands how to bait defenders into fouling.
And the first one drops. Hunter's checked in for Max Strus. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Achua's checked in. And so he hits both. 1:11 left in the third quarter of the game. Now, here's Garland. And again, it's Cleveland.
I really like that shot from Garland. Teams will give up the mid-range these days, so look, why not shoot it and make it?
Pass to Hart. Back to Brunson. Launches it. Evan Mobley with the rebound. 2-for-1 chance here.
Let's see if they use the clock to their advantage.
He doesn't waste any time right there thinking about it. Garland gets that hot pass and he moves.
The Knicks leading by 5. Brunson scanning the floor. Nice move. He makes his 10th basket of the night from the field. He has missed 2 shots from the floor.
This man has entered the zone. Great shooting performance from him all game long.
Now Hunter. Allen, a screen on Hart. On its way from Hunter for... Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
That's the play that pumps up the whole team, and they'll try to carry that energy into the...
Jalen Brunson has been on display for the New York Knicks. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. In a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Knicks. They've got Cameron Payne. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with OG Anunoby. Then there's Miles McBride. And it's Robinson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Cavaliers making a switch here. Okiki's checked in. Here's Towns. Up and in on the layup. And the Knicks lead by 5.
So skilled working inside. Towns knows how to operate down low.
Garland, the pass to Okiki. Pass to Hunter. Into the lane. Robinson with the block. Payne finds McBride. Trying to find Anunoby. Gets it to him. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. For the Cavaliers, Jared Allen's checked in for Okiki. Mobley comes in for DeAndre Hunter. And Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Ty Jerome. Then for the Knicks, Hart, he's checked in for Robinson. Bridges comes in for Miles McBride. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Cameron Payne. Allen passes to Strus. And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That'll be his second foul of the game. Outside Garland. Knicks with the rebound. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. For 3, Bridges drains it from beyond the arc. And now an 8-point Knicks lead.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kenny Atkinson had some words for his team during the break. He told the players, you guys are too talented to be playing this lackadaisical. Push the ball up the floor, get out on the break, and get to the fast break. Guys will see if they can get it done.
Thank you, David. And that one's good, Mitchell.
And all of a sudden, that three puts them in striking distance, guys. He's had that shot working all night.
And I bet he's thinking that he could close the gap completely if he can keep those threes coming.
Drains the three-pointer.
Crushing blow to the host right there. I mean, they were in this game for what felt like only a second before instantly giving that three-pointer.
And Mobley throws it down.
Yeah, and Mobley's teammates love throwing lobs his way. Why? Because he catches pretty much anything you throw up there.
Anunoby outside. Lets it go from the wing, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Brunson's got 26.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
Yeah, just keep feeding him. That guy is a man on a mission. And the defense, well, they don't have much of an answer.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. 8-point game. Bridges deciding where to go with it. Good. Brunson, no fear down low.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Knicks.
And it may be a comfortable win for him, but, you know, they had to weather a few storms along the way, and that's all part of the story.
Yeah, Kevin, this was by no means the runaway that it might appear to be. It was a scrappy performance, though, all the way through.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jalen Brunson.
We certainly got to see his best effort on offense, attacking the defense without fear and grabbing a lot of buckets.
The tray. Money! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And Garland just delivers in a crucial moment. What a shot.
And an intentional foul right there. And they go to the intentional foul.
Darius Garland, his second team foul.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
He knows how important it is converting at the line and building up this lead.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Start it.
They trail by 7. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Garland kicks to Strus. His three-pointer's off the mark. New York with the ball. They've led by as much as 10. Brunson outside. So it's New York picking up the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother him. I mean, road team, home team.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
A look at Indiana's starting group. Neesmith and Siakam are the forwards. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. And it's Turner in at the 5 down low. Now here's George. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Maxey. Screen by Embiid. 4-3. And that's good. Maxey for 3.
Ooh, the range of Maxey is pretty impressive. He is consistent from beyond the arc.
Halliburton outside. The 3 is up. The rebound by Embiid. Here's Grimes. He's guarded by Nembhard. From downtown. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
One thing about the Pacers, Doris, they can flat out score the basketball.
It is incredible to me, B.A., how infrequently the ball sticks. They play fast, whether in transition or in the half court. They make defenses work.
Philadelphia has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. Back to Maxey. Pass to Oubre. Here's Grimes. Again, the Sixers score.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
The 3 ball. And again, it's Indiana with a 3.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Pass to Oubre. Here's Grimes. Maxey surveys. No good on the 3.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Now Halliburton. Turner, a screen on Maxey. Up top, Turner. On the wing, Nembhard. Fires it. And it's good. Off the back rim and in. Nembhard's got 5 now. And Maxey's got the ball here for Philadelphia. Pass to Embiid. Ooh, excellent D there from Turner. The Pacers have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. The definition of a stretch 5, Doris. Miles Turner. He's led the league in blocks, and he can hit a 3.
And it's such a valuable asset for this basketball team. When Turner is on the floor, you've got to be aware of where he is in range. And then Miles is going to protect the rim with the absolute best of them.
Pass to Grimes. Maxey with it. Embiid, a screen on Halliburton. For 3, Maxey sends it home from 3-point land. Maxey's gotten his 2nd bucket.
He deked the defenders there, and they thought Maxey was going to dish to a big, but instead, he kept it and scored.
Here's Nembhard. Hits a 3-pointer. Give him 8 points now.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
Now here's Oubre. Still without a bucket. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Halliburton with the ball. Over Maxey. That one a little long. From deep. No good on the buzzer beater. It's all tied in Philadelphia. Don't go away. We'll be back with the 2nd quarter in just a moment. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the Sixers, what do you guys think?
I really like the attitude they displayed here early on.
They're working together so well, and there's a level of certainty that comes from trusting one another.
On the court for the Pacers, Walker out there with Toppin. Then there's Benedict Mathurin. Then there's Tyrese Halliburton, and it's McConnell in at the point.
The frame of Halliburton makes you think he can't finish through contact, but folks, that's a wiry, strong frame right there.
First team foul.
And every team is looking for length on their roster.
Yeah, the reason, BA, is because of the quality and skill of shooting. Guys are coming across half court, and they can shoot the basketball at 35 feet. The reason you need length is there's more area to cover. Increasingly, Brian, it's getting harder and harder to play as an undersized guard in this league.
Embiid can't hit. Indiana leading by 3. McConnell outside. Toppin outside. Pass to Halliburton.
The two things you love here, how confident Halliburton is offensively. The second is not afraid to take punishment while he's shooting the basketball.
This is his second trip to the free throw line in this one. Free throw good. Halliburton. Philadelphia has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Embiid, a screen on Halliburton. Here's McCain. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Oubre, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Grimes comes in for Butler. Turner, he's checked in for Indiana. Nembhard comes in for McConnell. Here's McCain. Inside. Here's Embiid. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him.
I love the confidence Embiid plays with, especially this close to the rim.
Pass to Turner. Outside Matherin. Launches a 3. Another 3 for Indiana.
In terms of offense, they've been the more efficient team by far.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
Here's Yabusele. Yet to see a basket. Uncovered. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it. It's good. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, Miles Turner, the 11th pick by the Pacers in 2015 for much of his career with the team. He's endured the trade rumors. He said, I've still got PTSD from that, but I wanted to be here in Indy. And last season, a renegotiation of his contract, giving him an extension and a raise. Brian, he is locked in as their starting center.
Yeah, it would appear so, Allie. Thank you. Here's Oubre, following the bucket by the Pacers. From behind the arc. Knocks down the long J.
But he's got NBA range. There's no doubt about that. Oubre with 3 and D ability on the wing.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Adjustments are a part of every game and every quarter of a game. I think Coach sees something here.
Well, this is a chess match. Looking ahead a few moves and trying to execute toward that.
Pascal Siakam, he's checked in for Indiana. Nesmith comes in for Halliburton. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. There's a screen. Right side Maxey. And there's the drive, and he goes in for the dunk.
While Maxey is an elite shooter, Tyrese is at his best using his speed going downhill.
Now here's Nembhard. Maxey covering. The shot by Nembhard, no good. 76ers trail by 3. Here's George. Uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got his first points of the night.
What great body control from the all-star forward. Paul George, so skilled at keeping his composure under pressure.
Outside Nesmith. The 3 is up. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
His three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
George outside. Outside Oubre. Lets it go from deep. Indiana with a rebound. There's 18 seconds left in the first half. Shoots from 12, and the Pacers tack on 2 more.
That's why they call him Spicy P, cooking up a mid-range J. Go ahead, Pascal.
And here's George. nails it from beyond the arc. George has got 5 points now in the quarter. Tyrese Halliburton getting it done for the Pacers. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Boy, you gotta like what Tyrese Halliburton has done in this game.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far, unstoppable.
Kelly Oubre out there with George. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Grimes in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. 76ers trail by 3. Here's Oubre. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Oubre's got 5 now.
Well, how about the length and athletic ability of Kelly Oubre Jr.? Go ahead in there.
Outside Nesmith. Back to Halliburton. Turner, a screen on Maxey. Pass to Nesmith. Siakam outside. Just 5 on the clock. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He has 7.
Man, that is tenacity from Pascal Siakam. He was simply undeterred.
You know, Doris, the last few years, Siakam has gotten back to attacking the rim like he once did.
To me, B.A., that's where he's at his best. He's got such length and creativity. You don't want to have to step in his path as a defender. Listen, he knows he's got to shoot the 3, but go to your first strength.
Indiana's gone 6 of 8 from the three-point line in this matchup. Nembhard, the pass to Siakam. Now Halliburton. 11 points in the game. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to go on Tyrese Maxey.
A superb scorer and a talented distributor. Tyrese Halliburton is exactly the type of point guard every team would love to have.
And both free throws good for Halliburton.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Embiid against Turner. Embiid passes to Grimes. He hits the back iron and sinks it. Grimes has got 9 points.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Now here's Nembhard. Give him 8. Here's Halliburton. Ooh, coming through again, shooting 5 for 7 now.
Tyrese Halliburton is putting in work right now. This guy getting to his spots and scoring with ease.
Oubre finds George. And it's all tied up. Give him 8.
You can really see their confidence growing as this game has gone on. They have reason to believe that.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Second chance effort. And a nice layup by Turner.
You love the determination, right? Miles Turner effectively getting to the window and getting another opportunity.
Now here's George. Give him 8 for the lead. Offensive rebound. Goes back up. Embiid just too tall inside.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. A big group substitution here for Indiana. Toppin, he's checked in for Turner. Benedict Mathurin comes in for Nesmith. Shepard, he's checked in for Nembhard. And it's McConnell in for Tyrese Halliburton. It's Siakam with the drive, and he comes up with a bucket. Siakam's got 4 points this quarter.
That is about length and body control. Pascal Siakam right to it. Nice.
There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Maxey. Indiana with a rebound. Siakam looking it over. Here's the second effort. And McCain pulls it down.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
And an emphatic jam on the lob.
The great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. And Siakam gets it to go.
Well, this to me is where he can be a force. Siakam, a three-level scorer in the painted area, very dangerous.
For three, Maxey. That one doesn't drop. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of three. It's the Pacers. They're up by 2, and we're coming right back. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. And a look at the 5 for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Halliburton is out there with T.J. McConnell. Then it's Toppin. Then there's Walker. And it's Matherin in at the 3 slot. Halliburton outside. Ooh, 2 physical points for Halliburton.
Tyrese Halliburton has an array of moves offensively. Off the deck, yes, sir.
Here's Yabusele. Pass to Embiid. And here's Butler outside. It's hauled in by McConnell. Indiana leading. And here's Walker. And here's Halliburton. Embiid covers. And the basket by Halliburton.
He wants the ball, has a flair for the dramatic, unfazed in big situations.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. Both teams will make substitutions. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse had to say to the team. He tried to loosen the tension a little, asking his guys, are we having fun? I know I am. Just relax out there and follow the game plan. We've got this.
And Allie, thank you for that. For 3, George sinks the tray.
You've got to be in Paul George's shooting space in order to make him uncomfortable. You give him anything easy, look out.
Nembhard outside. Maxey against Halliburton. Shoots over Maxey. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got his 4th rebound in this one. Oubre passes to Maxey. This one for 3. And the 76ers another 3.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Siakam outside. Let's go with a 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got rebound number 5 here tonight. George outside. Pass to Grimes. Now here's Embiid. Turner covers. The jump hook. Embiid misses.
The defense not a factor there. Very surprising he couldn't capitalize.
Siakam with it. Guarded now by Maxey. And the basket by Siakam.
Pascal Siakam. Improvement, yes. Big-time player, no doubt.
For 3, Maxey. And the the rebound goes to the Pacers.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
He's such a great free throw shooter who can handle big moments.
To the middle.
And the moment Embiid gets the ball anywhere near the hoop, it's over. Too strong to stop without fouling.
Ooh, he knocks down the clutch free throw. And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives him a lead.
Well, in a game this tight, you can't overlook how important those free throws could be.
And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. So it's the Pacers now. Pass to Siakam. .40 seconds left in the fourth. And it's good.
And the stakes were high right there. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Embiid.
Yes! These are the moments Embiid loves. Enjoys being the player for this team to take and make clutch shots.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. How do you think this is going to play out?
This is where your coaching is so important. They need a really good play now.
Well, this is a chance to take the lead, so you've got to draw up a play to make it happen.
Outside Neesmith. Here's Halliburton. Oh, offline! And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
He hits the first one, and that'll put him up 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Well, those are essential free throws to make a 3-point lead. It's going to take something from long range now to tie this game.
Oh, wow! A huge basket to tie the game!
He's having a good night from the field. Now, I know the defense is really keying in on him, but they need him involved if they're going to pull this out.
7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Embiid. Oh, he got it! He got it!
All night long, the defensive intensity just hasn't been there. They got to figure it out.
Good question. So far, these teams just seem content to shoot it out down the stretch.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll do it, folks.
paper break, this might seem like a potential blow. But anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
So the New York starting five, we've got Jalen Brunson. Towns is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Bridges in at the two-guard spot. And so it's the Knicks getting on the board first. Ball sets a screen for White. To the left wing, the wide open look here for Vucevic. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Good.
Nimble inside play by Bridges, working his way to a close-range shot.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Billy, Donovan and I got a chance to talk for a little bit. Now, I spoke to him about the plan for Karl-Anthony Towns now. Coach said, we know Cat has size and power, so we're hoping we can match him there. We don't want to make ourselves soft targets for him. We can expect it to be intense and physical down on the block. Guys?
Thanks, David.
One tough customer. Bridges fighting for the basket in close.
Brunson against Ball. Basket counts.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now, here's Bridges. And here's Brunson outside. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Ball.
2 minutes remaining.
And here's Vucevic.
2 minutes.
And it's Ball at the elbow. Just 5 on the clock. Vucevic setting the pick for White. Another three for Chicago.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
Outside, Towns. Bridges up top. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. And that's now 6 points for Mikal Bridges.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Jones checked in for the Bulls. Achua, he's checked in for New York. Miles McBride comes in for Bridges.
And Buzelis continues to work on improving his three ball. When he's hitting from there, everything else becomes easier.
Now here's Brunson. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Yeah, just nice strength there and then just off with the shot.
Hey, Coach, one area the Bulls can struggle with, defending the outside shot.
Yeah, Kevin, they've been very poor the last few seasons on that front. Not closing out, missing assignments. It's strange because they were once elite in that regard under Donovan. Well, White can attack fast, and the defense was unprepared to contest him cleanly.
Chicago shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. A different look for New York. Mikal Bridges checked in for Josh Hart, and it's Payne in for Jalen Brunson.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Now, here's Bridges. He's got 6, and that one is good. Bridges has got 8.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Jones, the pass to Williams. Williams, a screen on Bridges. Here's White with the drive, and it goes down 2 points. 7 points for Kobe White.
Well, at first, White shows the burst, then the control off the drive.
Payne kicks to Achua. Towns, the screen. Bridges, no one around him. And again, it's New York.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
11 feet away, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. He's got 9.
Well, great ability and control by White to stop and pop.
Outside, Towns. Over Smith. And he misses his first shot of the game. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. New York ahead, leading by just 1. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And when you consider how the Knicks are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync.
terrific first quarter.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
We've got Williams, Trey Jones out there with Dosunmu. Then it's Jalen Smith. And it's Giddey in at the small forward position. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here's Bridges, following the three-point basket by Chicago. Back to Achua. A dunk by Achua.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Now here's Jones. Hasn't made one yet. And he drives in. No good that time. Payne looking around. There's a screen by Achua. The three. And he's good on the three ball. Payne's got his first 3 points of the game. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
McBride finds Achua. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And I would not be surprised to see them double him up here.
Some changes for Chicago. Vucevic checked in for Smith. Kevin Huerter comes in for Dosunmu. And Ball subbed in for Jones. Now here's Williams. Here's Giddey. Pass to Huerter. There's the triple. Good on the triple. Huerter's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now, here's Anunoby. Here's Kolek. He's covered by Ball. Inside, here's Bridges. Vucevic with the rebound.
Well, you got to be able to finish stronger than that, but credit the defense for doing just enough to throw him off.
Ball, the pass to Vucevic. Shoots over Towns, and Vucevic with the basket on the assist from Ball. Vucevic has got his first points of the game. And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Chicago making some changes. Bruce Ellis has checked in for Williams. White comes in for Kevin Huerter. And Jones subbed in for Josh Giddey. Anunoby has the open look. Knocks down the 3 ball. Anunoby's got 6.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
White setting the pick for Bruce Ellis. Another 3 for Chicago.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Here's McBride. Still scoreless. Brunson, left side. Oh, Brunson wheeling his way in there.
And defensively, if you are not on point, Brunson more than capable of finishing inside.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Jones in the post. Towns on him. Ball feeling it out a bit. Shoots over Anunoby. Robinson pulls it in. Anunoby passes to Towns, and that one drops for him. And the Knicks lead by 2.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Knicks lead by 2. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. What a game we're seeing from Mikal Bridges.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. We've got Bridges. Josh Hart out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Towns in at the center, filling out the middle. Giddey, no good. And so it's Hart who brings up the ball for New York. The lead is 2. Here's Towns. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Towns has got the first basket of the third quarter for the Knicks.
And we just saw Cat at his best, pounding the paint, finishing near the rim.
And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's White. 9 points in the game so far. Picked by Vucevic. Stolen by Anunoby.
Excellent anticipation there to come away with the steal.
Pass to Hart. Bridges with it. Brunson outside. High arcing shot. Bulls trail by 4. White looking around. That one falls. White's got 11.
Well, there you see the skill of White, able to float the ball into the basket.
Brunson outside. Left side, Towns. And then Karl Anthony Towns with the jam.
Oh, my. Karl Anthony Towns with a little extra emphasis on that one.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this guy. And the Bulls making a change here. Williams is checked in.
Patrick Williams.
Vucevic finds White. Now Williams. Williams, a screen on Anunoby. Here's Giddey. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. He's got 8. Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Hedo Turkoglu was a big part of what we did in Orlando. Yes. Was a most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guy. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world.
Bridges kicks to Brunson. Towns up top. Vucevic defending. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Oh, gritty make by Brunson. That guy plays way bigger than his size.
Chicago making some changes. Smith checked in for Vucevic. And it's Dosunmu in for Josh Giddey. And New York with a change here, too. Achua, he's checked in for Anunoby. He had a nice open look right there. White's got 14.
And right now, White, red hot. Just everything he puts up seems to go in.
Bridges for 3. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Gotta respect how quickly Ball gets to the rack. I mean, if you give him the lane to the rim, he is going to exploit it quickly.
Brunson finds Bridges. Jacks up a 3. And another 3 for New York.
Not only is he putting up the numbers, but he's doing it at a very efficient rate. Exactly when his team needs it.
Outside, White. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Brunson with it. Here's Achua. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the New York Knicks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Back right after this. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this fourth quarter. Sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Jones is out there with Josh Giddey. Then there's Dosunmu. Then it's Jalen Smith. And it's Collins in at center. That's the group on the floor for Chicago. 4 on the shot clock. Towns sets the pick for Payne. Chicago grabs the miss.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
The shot's good.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Here's McBride. And the rejection by Collins. Here's Giddey. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Zach Collins. Buzelis comes in for Jalen Smith. Kobe White, he's checked in for Dosunmu. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Jones. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the break, I heard Tom Thibodeau as he talked with the team. Now, they've been happy with the way the team is shooting. He reminded players to keep taking those threes, that they've had some clean looks. When that 3 goes in, it's always a welcome sight. Guys?
Thank you, David. Hall with a wide open look. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist.
And Ball has tremendous confidence in that shot. As soon as the pass hits his hands, he's ready to pull up.
Towns, high post. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing with down there.
And another area they've separated themselves has been their three-point shooting, making the defense pay for any airspace.
Great work at the line under pressure. They're that much closer to putting this game away.
Vucevic against Towns. Outside, White. Sinks the three-pointer.
That's White shaking him off, creating room off the dribble.
Brunson against Ball. Here the step back. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
Well, you wonder why we're seeing so many points tonight. Just look at the D.
Not a lot of resistance, and trying to just outscore other teams, generally not the best recipe for long-term success.
Towns, the pass to Brunson. Converting through contact. Nice job by Brunson.
Playing bigger than he looks. Brunson has a lot of heart.
To the inside. Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
Look at that shot. Vucevic not afraid to carry the weight, so to speak, in a tough situation. The team knows they can rely on him.
Good. Brunson, no fear down low.
Nerves never show through. Brunson as calm and cool as they come down the stretch.
Pass to Vucevic. It's good. And now they trail by just 4.
because of that refined offensive skill set, Vucevic can be a dependable scoring option late in game.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. Pass to Anunoby. Over to the left wing. Towns wide open. And again, it's New York.
On the catch and shoot there, just so relaxed. Almost looks like Towns is playing a game of force out there.
We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Right the pass to Ball. Here's Buzelis. Defended by Hart. Here's Vucevic. Towns with the defensive effort. And so they foul intentionally.
Second personal foul.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
For New York.
And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 8. Guys, what do you think?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
Well, I've been in this spot more times than I'd like to admit. All you can do is tell your guys to hold their heads up and finish strong.
Here's Vucevic. A three off the inbound. Ball from long range. And again, no good by Chicago. And so it's the Knicks with the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win.
slow-paced basketball, you've come to the wrong place. These teams love to run.
Oh, they love to run. I mean, these teams score a great deal of transition baskets. They want to use their speed, their quickness, and attack the defense before it gets set.
A look at Indiana's starting group. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. Nesmith and Siakam on the forwards. And it's Turner in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Allen's got some old-school big man in him. He's got great hands and mobility, and does a good job finishing above the rim.
Halliburton outside. Turner against Allen. 5 on the clock. Back to Halliburton. Lets the three fly. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
As fast as lightning, Halliburton gets it and shoots it in a matter of nanoseconds.
Turner can always wow you with a highlight play. But Clark, he's gotten better at the small things as well.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% there. He can shoot the three. He's always been an elite shot blocker from the day he stepped foot in the NBA. An excellent screener, but he has added small pieces to his total game in the little areas.
And here are the Pacers now, following the score by Cleveland. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Mobley. Pass to Mitchell. The three. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Yeah, this is why defenses must be right up on Mitchell, or he'll burn you off the pass.
Garland against Halliburton. High post Siakam. Neesmith passes to Halliburton. Beyond the arc. Another three for Indiana.
Halliburton doing what he does so well, creating easy looks for his teammates. Outstanding court vision.
Outside Strus. To the paint. Here's Mobley. And Mobley throws it down. Well, plenty of give and take so far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes already. Both teams came to play.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Kenny Atkinson for a minute. I asked Coach what his plan was for trying to slow down Pascal Siakam, and he said to make him into a jump shooter. He does the most damage around the rim, so we want to force him out on the perimeter whenever possible. It's not an easy task by any means. We'll see if they're able to do this. Back to you guys.
Allie, thank you. Pacers trail by 3. And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. A different look for Cleveland. Hunter's checked in for Evan Mobley, and Okoro is subbed in for Strus. So Indiana going with an almost entire new group here. Toppin, he's checked in for Turner. Matherin comes in for Neesmith. Shepard, he's checked in for Nembhard. And it's McConnell in for Tyrese Halliburton. 1:15 left in the first quarter of the game. McConnell with it. Pass to Matherin. Jacks up a 3. Hunter with the rebound. Cleveland leading by 3. And they're dialed in offensively.
Sure are. Staying in attack mode and at the same time playing under control.
From deep, Mitchell. Pacers with a rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Pass to Siakam. True on the 14-footer.
Yeah, and Siakam is the total offensive package. A big man with post moves and a reliable jumper.
Okoro outside. Back to Garland. And he makes it on the layup.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Pacers trail by 3. Now Siakam. Toppin, a screen on Allen. And here's Siakam for 3. Can't hit that one. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. The Cavaliers on top. They lead by 3. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Cavaliers?
They've done a great job facilitating shooters. Their early game has seen a lot of hot passes and has kept the defense guessing as well.
And, you know, in no time at all, they've also started finding points inside, already taking apart that interior defense.
On the court for the Pacers, second quarter underway. Benedict Matherin is out there with Walker. Then it's Toppin, then it's Halliburton, and it's McConnell in at the 1. Clark, one topic that gets its share of attention, illegal screens.
And with good reason, because guys are bigger, stronger, a lot of pick and roll action. So you've got to be more diligent in cracking down on those screens that are illegal. The game is extremely fluid. Guys are in constant motion, but I think it's a hard call to make consistently, but the officials have to keep working at it.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Strus is checked in. Walker sets a screen. Clock at 6. McConnell passes to Walker. Indiana needs to get a shot off. Yes! Tough points from Tyrese.
I think because Halliburton can knock down that 3 with regularity, you got to defend him closely at all times.
And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Jerome. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup. It's been neck and neck this entire first half.
Yeah, 8 lead changes so far. These clubs are looking evenly matched.
Now here's McConnell. No points yet. Pass to Matherin. That one's good. On the assist from McConnell.
Great body control allows Matherin to finish through contact.
And just about a minute and a half has passed here in the second quarter. He shoots. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in.
Yeah, put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Now here's Matherin. And again, it's Indiana with a 3.
And with each made 3, Matherin's confidence rises, an encouraging sign.
Clark, we hear a lot of talk about Halliburton's Supreme Court vision. Just how good is it?
I think it's phenomenal, B.A. To be the facilitator that he is, you've got to have an understanding of what you're trying to run, but also a feel for how to get people shots and to adjust on the fly to what the defense is providing. And it's feel as much as it is skill, feeling where defenders are, feeling where your teammates are or might be. And that is a gift. And he's honed that in a way that's made him one of the top dime droppers in the league.
And Siakam has got the ball here for the Pacers. Pass to Halliburton. Elbow shot. Strus grabs the miss.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
When Garland finds a three-point shot, he takes it. Supremely confident in his abilities.
Now here's Nembhard. 5 points in the game. Here's Siakam from deep. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Here's Hunter. And Aaron Nesmith picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Jared Allen, he's checked in for Cleveland. The Pacers also with a sub. Matherin's checked in. 59 seconds left in the first half. Here's Mitchell. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. Cleveland shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
Yeah, as a group, really a dismal year for them from the line last season, guys.
Now here's Nembhard. Pass to Siakam. Turner, a screen on Mobley. It's Siakam with the drive. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be Evan Mobley.
I like whenever Siakam is going at the defense because it makes them compromise, like right there.
Siakam hits them both. Well, the first 7.5 seasons of Pascal Siakam's career were in Toronto. But Clark, a fresh start here with the Pacers.
You know, it's great for the Indiana Pacers because Pascal Siakam wanted to be part of this group. He saw a nucleus of young talent that had a chance to be competitive in the East and chase a championship. So he signed a nice big contract this summer to remain a key contributor for them moving forward. Actually, he'll be the hub of the wheel along with Tyrese Halliburton.
Nembhard outside, inside. 4 seconds left, and it's in there. Siakam's got 7 points here in the quarter.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Indiana ahead. They're up by 3. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. They're thinking about the shot.
And if you're just joining us, we played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Boy, you gotta like what Tyrese Halliburton has done in this game.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. Strus at small forward with Mobley next to him. And it's Allen in at the 5. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Now here's Garland. Allen outside. Pass to Strus. Driving to the basket. And the bucket is good.
Well, Allen is usually the last stop the ball makes, but he selflessly gives it up to a wide open guy.
Outside Nesmith. Siakam outside. Launches it. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Even though he hasn't lit up the scoreboard, I like how he's keeping others involved.
Garland finds Strus. Allen outside. Pass to Strus. Shot clock at 6. And it's Allen who slams it home.
Woo-hoo-hoo, that's the stuff of nightmares for the defense. They'll see that one in their sleep. A long athlete like Allen flying in the air, that's a bad picture.
Now here's Nesmith. To the inside, here's Nembhard. Down it goes, and a great assist by Halliburton. Halliburton's got 3 assists in the game.
Terrific design and execution, leading to an opportunity right at the rim.
Here's Strus. Back to Garland. Pass to Mitchell. There's the 3. 3-ball! Donovan Mitchell!
Mitchell has everything, including that three-point shot.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. He wants to review the game plan. Matherin's checked in for Nesmith. Pacers leading by 4. Halliburton, the pass to Turner. Turner, a screen on Strus. Halliburton on the wing. Off target from outside. Cleveland has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. And Clark, a big part of Tyrese Halliburton's effectiveness. He is tall for a point guard.
Yeah, and you see that across the league, Brian. More and more teams making sure they get size on the perimeter. I mean, they're looking for length in the backcourt, and if you can find it in your point guard, that's even better. And Tyrese Halliburton, a poster guard for long, elite-level point guard.
Now here's Matherin. He's got 5. Siakam outside. Here's the pick. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
Yes, certain nights, Siakam takes over. He's been aggressive here from the tip.
Garland finds Mitchell. The 3 is up. Yes, and a nice assist from Garland. Garland's got 3 assists now in this one.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
Here's Halliburton. And it's Halliburton. Gets it to go inside.
Halliburton has a nice combination of smarts and skill. Makes him a cagey scorer.
Here's Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
Here's Siakam after the basket by Cleveland. The rebound by Allen. There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Garland scanning the floor. Pass to Allen. And here's Mobley. He's covered by Siakam. And Mobley gets it to go. Mobley's got 8.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. The Pacers out in front, leading by. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And the Pacers looking at who they've got. We've got Obi Toppin. T.J. McConnell is out there with Halliburton. Then there's Walker, and it's Mathurin in at the 3, the small forward. Pass to Mathurin. There's a screen by Toppin. There's the triple. And the rebound goes to Cleveland. Down low. Here's Hunter. Misses from short range. Indiana trailing here. McConnell outside. And here's Halliburton. Look at Halliburton converting through contact.
Very good composure and control that time by Halliburton, not allowing that physical defense to affect his shot at all.
A few possessions into the fourth, just over a minute played. Pass to Strus. Outside Hunter. Garland against McConnell from deep three-point land. And Toppin pulls it down.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Halliburton for 3. Yes, and it's McConnell with the assist that time. Halliburton's got 5 points now in the quarter. Cavaliers trail by 4. And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here. Boy, you got to like what Tyrese Halliburton has done in this game.
With the perimeter D struggling to stay connected to him, they're getting bombarded.
A different look for Cleveland. Jared Allen, he's checked in for Thompson. Evan Mobley comes in for Hunter. And Donovan Mitchell is subbed in for Jerome. And a new group getting ready for Indiana. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Toppin. Siakam comes in for Walker. Neesmith, he's checked in for Mathurin. And it's Nembhard in for McConnell. Oh, Mitchell hits a rainmaker.
He's such a clutch shooter. He just lives for the big shot.
For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. 1:52 left to play in the fourth. Three-pointer, Halliburton. Another 3 for Indiana.
What a big-time play by Tyrese Halliburton. Simply putting his team on his back.
Pass to Mobley. Shoots over Siakam. And Mobley with the basket on the assist by Garland.
Cutting into this lead. They're well within striking distance.
Boy, time to tighten it up on defense. A stop here would be huge.
Mobley against Siakam. Pass to Turner. Puts up a 3. Drains the triple. Turner's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Turner stepping up big, showing you some composure and leadership there.
Mobley down low, working on Siakam. Mobley finds Garland. Siakam pulls down the board.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Outside Neesmith. Siakam against Mobley. And he commits the intentional foul. .44 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. There's Neesmith with a 3. Another 3 for Indiana.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final Buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
Outside Strus. And he buries it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
He gets the first, and that increases the lead to 6. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
Here's Garland. He connects! And now they trail by just 4.
And I understand we're seeing some potent offense, but you have to put up more of a fight defensively.
Come on now, look. Sit back and enjoy the fireworks. Nothing better than good offense.
He hits the first one, and that puts him up 5. Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Those are critical foul shots. Love to see him knock them down there.
Cleveland calls timeout. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
The game's not quite done yet, but they need points right away.
Yeah, but they've got to score and then foul immediately.
What you love about Mitchell, he plays with energy, explosiveness, and courage.
Good on the first, and that brings him within 5. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth, and now they foul and stop the clock.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
And so he drops them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
When you've got your opponent down, don't let him up. This one's all but over.
Launches a 3, and another miss by Cleveland. And they go to the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Taking 2 shots.
Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point ball game. Strus with the bucket, so Indiana wins it. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. And, you know, you have 2 choices. You can either succumb to the hostility in this arena, or you can feed off of it and use it as motivation.
battle won in the trenches. Each team with a formidable front court.
Yeah, both these teams are loaded with a lot of skill down low. Kind of old school. Should be a physical contest.
A look at the Magic starting group. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. Sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell Pope and Wagner. And it's Suggs in at the point guard. Now, Wagner. Paul George missing from long range. Banchero passes to Suggs. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Oh, bigger than your average guard, Suggs can score all around the floor, including down low.
Oubre outside. Hits it from three-point range.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
Now, here's Wagner. Carter with a screen on George. Wagner from long range. That one's no good. 0-1 to begin the game. This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
Now Caldwell Pope. Paul George missing from long range. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Suggs. Embiid with the steal. And now the fast break. George with the ball. Lays it up and banks it in.
A ferocious player in transition. George takes full advantage of the fast break when given the opportunity.
Now here's Wagner. Caldwell Pope kicks to Banchero. Good on the three-point shot.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. Pass to Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Get out of that man's way. Embiid throwing down that power finish.
Caldwell Pope outside. Banchero outside. Drives to the hoop and finished off by Banchero.
And once Banchero gets going, boy, it's hard to stop him. Given his size and speed, he's going to be a handful.
Now here's Maxey. Outside, George. It's good from long range. George has got 5 points so far.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Here's Banchero. 5 points in the game.
Excellent work in the screen and roll. Banchero solid at knowing when to shoot in those sets.
Outside, George. Another three for Philadelphia.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. 36 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Suggs throws it down.
Get up, Jalen Suggs. This guy also a terrific football player in high school.
Here's George. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. He's got 10.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Here's Suggs. Banchero outside. Floats one up, and the shot goes in. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the 76ers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the 76ers.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. Black is out there with Anthony. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. Then it's Paolo Banchero. And it's Bitadze in at the center position. Here's Embiid. Embiid is a monster in the lane. Wow.
The footwork, the patience, watching Embiid go to work inside is just a treat.
With the league's 65-game rule, Joel Embiid might have trouble making another All-NBA team.
Yeah, he's only reached that 65-game mark twice in his career, but he's still a lock to make the Hall of Fame, Kevin, because of how dominant he is when he plays. And look, he's already got an MVP.
Pass to Embiid. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Orlando leading. Isaac passes to Bitadze. Now, here's Banchero. 12 points for him. Isaac finds Anthony. And so the ball goes out of bounds. Isaac touched it last. And some changes here for the 76ers. Oubre's checked in for Edwards. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Butler. Orlando also making some changes. Carter, he's checked in for Goga Bitadze. And it's Suggs in for Isaac. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, last season the Magic extended Coach Jamal Mosley's contract through 2028. He said, it's not about me. I just want each one of these guys to reach their full potential. This game has been good to all of us. I want to be part of maximizing how great they can be on and off the court. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Oubre, good.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
Now, here's Banchero. Tight defense on him. That one goes in. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
And it's Anthony with the ball for Orlando. Trailing by 2. Pass to Suggs. Banchero, a screen for Suggs. A three-pointer is right on target. Suggs has got 7 points.
And this is a guy who is really comfortable with the ball in his hands. Suggs, so dangerous in the pick and roll.
Here's Oubre. Down low. Here's Embiid. Carter pulls it in. 59 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to Black. Now Banchero. 12 points for him. Now here's Suggs. Just 5 to shoot. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Now it's a 3-point Orlando lead.
Oh, strong move by Suggs inside, not allowing the contact to hold him back.
Carter against Embiid. Over Carter. Good work defensively by Carter.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Anthony on the wing. And slam dunk by Anthony.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. It's the Magic. They're up by 3. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Paolo Banchero, guys, has been exceptional.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
We've got Joel Embiid, Kelly Oubre out there with George. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the 2 spot. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. And it's Suggs missing. The 76ers trail by 3. And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah. What you say out loud versus your actions can be very, very different in this game. When you have a chance to go big game hunting, you do. The goal was to bring in some help for Embiid and Maxey, and they accomplished it.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. And the dunk by Embiid.
The perfect roller. Joel Embiid can pop out and shoot, cut, make the extra passes. Really anything in that set.
Suggs passes to Carter. Trains it from beyond the arc. Carter's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Third quarter, guys, and this has been a neck-and-neck game.
Both teams getting it done defensively, as evidenced by the 8 lead changes thus far.
From deep, George, another 3 for Philadelphia.
That last 3 must have bothered George a little bit. He goes to the arc with a purpose and fires off his answer.
Banchero a screen on George. And Wagner drives in. And it's Banchero missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
George with no one around. No good with the triple. The Magic have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room with the break. Caldwell Pope kicks to Suggs. .151 left here in the third quarter. Caldwell Pope for 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Embiid's got 4 rebounds now tonight. It's George on the wing. Embiid absorbs the contact on the finish.
No stopping Embiid inside. He is a beast.
Caldwell Pope outside. Suggs with a screen for Caldwell Pope. Pass to Banchero. Sinks the triple. Banchero's got 15.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
From Rookie of the Year in 2023 to an All-Star grade in 2024. Paolo Banchero.
And, Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Goga Bitadze's checked in for Wendell Carter. Isaac comes in for Banchero. And Black's subbed in for Caldwell Pope.
Ooh, that is fierce. You want to see a player with no fear? That is Tyrese Maxey.
Wagner passes to Black. Back to Wagner. Now, here's Suggs. Not a lot of room, and that one, good.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Bounce pass, Maxey. Pass to George from the arc. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
And we know George can score from all 3 levels, which is why he's capable of catching fire.
Suggs. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Maxey looking it over. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Yeah, the second half in stark contrast with the first. Coach must have gotten on them a little bit at halftime.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Philadelphia. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Philadelphia leading by 3, and so in the game for the Magic, Jonathan Isaac is out there with Paolo Banchero. Then it's Anthony. Then there's Black, and it's Bitadze in at the 5. Butler on the wing. Edwards with the screen for Butler. The 76ers need to get off a shot. No good from Yabusele.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
It's stolen by Edwards. Here's Yabusele. He's covered by Isaac. Beyond the arc. Hits the three-point bomb. Yabusele's got the lead up to 6 now for Philadelphia.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
There's the pick. The three. And there's Banchero on the assist by Anthony.
Wow, look at the damage this young man is doing from deep. And there's another one.
And the defense has to know that taking away his three is the #1 priority, and he's hurt them all game long. With that shot, it makes no sense.
The Magic making a switch here. Carter, he's checked in for Goga Bitadze. Wagner comes in for Jonathan Isaac. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Anthony. And Jalen Suggs is subbed in for Black. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse told his team. He said to them, keep building this lead, guys. Don't take your foot off the gas. Keep working hard. Run our stuff. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. The three from George. Carter pulls it in.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Suggs kicks to Banchero. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
He better get used to these late game scenarios. Banchero getting a nice taste of it right there.
Maxey passes to Embiid. Over Carter. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. The Magic trail by 3. To the middle. Shot left blocked. Here's Banchero. It's blocked. Right side George. Pass to Oubre. Now Maxey. Here's Embiid. Rebound by Paolo Banchero.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Good. Nice job down low. Now just a 1-76ers lead.
And Banchero is putting it all together. Capable of scoring from all 3 levels.
To the paint. It drops.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
58 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. .54 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Kicks it out to Wagner. Maxey against Suggs. Right between the eyes. A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
And really good habits paying off for Suggs. He's finding shots and drumming up points for his squad.
Here's George.
Nice finish.
And guys, George takes pride in hitting big shots. Just get him the ball and let him do his thing. Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Pretty much they have to be perfect the rest of the way. That puts tremendous pressure on your offense.
Banchero dishes to Suggs. Back to Banchero. Rebound by the 76ers.
They came close there to tying it up.
You love the intensity out there right now. Close game. Both teams leaving it all out there.
Here's Maxey. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Second team foul.
Gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Taking 2
And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
And he steps up and knocks them down, making it a 2-possession game.
Banchero outside. No good from outside. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Making no mistakes and putting some extra nails in the coffin right here. That pretty much did it.
So the 76ers win it. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job. Thanks so much, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
When you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
So a look at the starters for the Pacers. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. And it's Nesmith in at the small forward. Here's Halliburton. And the layup is good off the glass.
Extra sauce on that one, please, Halliburton. Wow.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. Anunoby passes to Bridges. Outside Hart. Outside Anunoby. To the inside. Brunson. It's rebounded by Indiana. And Allie LaForce spoke with Tom Thibodeau. Allie.
I asked him if there was a plan in place to slow down Halliburton, and Coach joked, hey, if a plan existed, somebody smarter than me would have come up with it. Tyrese impacts the game in too many ways for us to neutralize. We just need to do what we can to make life difficult for him.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Here's Hart. The Pacers making their last shot. And he misses his first shot of the game. Siakam in the post. He's covered by Hart. And Siakam gets it to go.
Oh, an aggressive move there by Siakam, using the length to finish inside.
Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City. Playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
And the basket by Bridges.
Bridges has a lot of jobs for his team, but if he consistently knocks down three, he can add it to the list.
Halliburton outside. And there it is for him. Halliburton's got 6.
Halliburton using his length and getting in the lane.
Bridges outside. Pass to Anunoby. Outside Hart. Now here's Bridges. Now Brunson. Just 5 to shoot. Puts up a deep 3. The rebound by Nembhard. Indiana leading by 5. Pass to Halliburton. Back to Nembhard. And here's Turner. Kicks it out to Siakam. Halliburton for 3. And the three-pointer goes. 9 points in the game.
You talk about Halliburton and his versatility. He can set up the play, or he can finish the play off.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players.
Trying anything now to get them out of this slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
And some changes here for New York. Achua's checked in for Hart. McBride comes in for Anunoby. And Payne is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. A big group substitution here for Indiana. Toppin, he's checked in for Turner. Matherin comes in for Nesmith. Shepard, he's checked in for Nembhard. And it's McConnell in for Tyrese Halliburton. And here's Indiana now, after the basket by New York on the other end. Pass to Siakam. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Here's Bridges. After the basket by Indiana on the other end. The shot's good.
Well, if the defense is going to give Bridges a lot of looks like this, he's got to continue to knock him down.
Siakam with it. No good with a layup. Tyrese Halliburton getting it done for Indiana. Hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. And more in. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Pacers?
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
They've got Precious Achiuwa, Cameron Payne out there with Miles McBride. Then there's Mitchell Robinson, and it's Bridges in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for New York right now. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks, Brian. The Knicks, one of the top defensive teams in the league, and it starts in the paint. Coach Tom Thibodeau said, quote, "We've prided ourselves on having a tight shell. We've got great rim protection, guys who take charges, and we're aggressive on the ball." Guys, great defense has always been Tibbs' MO.
And nothing has changed now. Thanks, Allie.
Just so efficient right now on offense. Bridges picking up his spots and recognizing when to strike.
Toppin goes in. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. And as the perimeter game took over, it seemed that the dominant big man went away a bit. Instead, the bigs just got more skilled, Brent.
Well, BA, dominant big men are really hard to come by. So when you do get one, there tends to be a lean. But yes, it's been about the skill of the big over the past few years, along with the game transitioning to the three-point line and picking up the pace. There'll be another big man out there who changes the game back to the low block, BA.
Towns passes to McBride. That one's good, and it's Towns with the assist.
Yeah, and for Towns, great awareness at the offensive end.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. A minute and a half gone in the second quarter. Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Graham.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
Knicks trail by 4. Bridges passes to McBride. Towns with the ball. Back to McBride. Achua for 3. The rebound by Turner. The Pacers have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. There's a screen by Turner. Wing shot on the way. And it's New York with a rebound. Towns has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Bridges. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. That one on Nembhard.
And Bridges really likes to get to the interior and earn himself some opportunities from the charity stripe.
Robinson, he's checked in for New York. Jalen Brunson comes in for McBride. Siakam, he's checked in for Indiana. Nesmith comes in for Mathurin. Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
McBride, he's checked in for Bridges. Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Indiana. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Kicks it out to Siakam. There's a screen by Turner. 4 on the clock. And down it goes. 2 points. Siakam's got 6.
Yeah, working the play to perfection. Siakam comes off the screen free to fire a shot.
And Brunson won't miss many of those.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Turner for 3. Gets the 3 to fall. And the Pacers lead by 4.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Here's Brunson. The touch by Brunson. Nice.
An incredible job. Brunson just measuring off that floater.
Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Siakam outside. Pass to Mathurin. 32 seconds left in the first half. Nails it from 3. Mathurin's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Here's Brunson. Sneak it inside. It's Brunson.
Well, the handles lost the defender, and the rest was all Jalen.
Pacers leading by 3. Nembhard outside. Mathurin passes to Siakam with the fadeaway. He can't hit that time.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game.
They're measuring up a shot.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Boy, you look at Mikal Bridges. What a contribution.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
On the floor for Indiana, Siakam at power forward with Turner in at center. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2, and it's Nesmith in at the small forward position. Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
Indiana leading. Now Nembhard. No points so far. Halliburton outside. Three-pointer. Oh, yes, sir. Halliburton from deep.
You're clapping back. Halliburton matching the three from the other end.
Towns on a screen. Here's Bridges. Oh, and Turner with a block. Now here's Nembhard. He's guarded by Bridges. Siakam, that's good. And it's a 7-point Indiana lead.
And just a straight baller move from Siakam. I mean, shrugging off the coverage and keeping his focus on that basket.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Jalen Brunson's craft sets him apart. He said, quote, I've always played with my instincts and tried to see the game a couple plays ahead. As I've gotten older, that part of my game has gotten wiser and better, but I'm still learning. Brian, that's a scary thought for the rest of the league.
He's already plenty dangerous, Allie. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. It's going to be Nesmith shooting. It goes on Josh Hart. Indiana shooting their third free throw shot of the game. And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for the Knicks. Trailing by 10. Towns outside. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Brunson against Halliburton. 5 to shoot. Here's Bridges. Driving inside. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
Bridges showing off his athleticism. He's able to get in there at full speed and still score.
And Mikal Bridges, still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Grant.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him hard to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above average.
For 3, Bridges. Pascal Siakam with a rebound. And it's Indiana's ball. A big stretch here going. 10-2. Takes the 3. Hart pulls it in. Knicks trail by 10. Pass to Brunson. Towns looking for an opening. Now Bridges. That one's good. And it's Towns with the assist. Towns has got 3 assists in the game.
And Bridges playing with extreme confidence is on fire right now.
Siakam outside. Halliburton outside. And it's New York with a rebound.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Here's Brunson. That shot, no good. Halliburton with some nice D. Three-pointer. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
Steady from behind the three-point line. Halliburton is someone you rely on to knock down a few threes.
Here's Brunson outside. Oh, Brunson with the response.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
The third quarter comes to a close. The Pacers out in front, up by 8. After a quick break, we're coming right back with this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. OG Anunoby out there with Precious Achiuwa. Then there's Miles McBride. Then there's Campaign. And it's Towns in at the center position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. For 3, Mathurin. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist. And the Pacers lead by 9.
Great decision from Tyrese Halliburton. Understands when he should look to set up his guy.
Towns outside. Excellent D there from Toppin. Indiana's gone 6 of 8 from the three-point line in this matchup.
And putting his athletic ability to work. I mean, Mathurin comes in hot on the drive and lifts off for the slam.
Payne, the pass to Towns. Good. Towns has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, so reliable. He clearly needs to be more involved in the offense as they try to shrink this lead.
And some changes here for New York. Josh Hart's checked in for Achiuwa. Bridges comes in for McBride. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Payne. And a new group getting ready for Indiana. Turner, he's checked in for Toppin. Siakam comes in for Walker. Neesmith, he's checked in for Mathurin. And it's Nembhard in for McConnell. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Rick Carlisle as he talked with the team, and they told their team, no easy threes, let's guard that arc, don't let anyone get an open look. With the lead, they want to close this one out with their perimeter defense. Let's see if they do, Brian.
Appreciate the report, Allie.
Well, that takes such tenacity just to get in there. Brunson battling through the inside contact.
On the wing, Nembhard. He's guarded by Bridges. There's Neesmith with the 3. Knocks down the triple.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
Here's Brunson. Siakam pulls down the board. Indiana leading by 10. 1:57 left in the fourth quarter. Oh, the sweet touch inside by Halliburton.
That's how you shoot a floater. Halliburton showcasing the soft touch.
Brunson against Halliburton. And that one's good for Brunson.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
And so it's Halliburton with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. Turner, a screen on Brunson.
Can't be overzealous with Halliburton. When you are, he embraces that, and he got the whistle.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
Well, the coaching staff has to love what they're seeing on offense. There's so many assists because how this team is moving the ball.
And it seemed like throughout this game, right after the jump ball, they've just been feeling it from distance, getting all the looks they want and continuing to take advantage of that three-point line.
Knicks trail by 12. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Here's Brunson. Oh, look at Jalen Brunson. Don't let that size fool you.
Well, Brunson, one of those players that's just not going to be denied, determined to convert inside, and he does.
Halliburton outside. Siakam outside. Brunson against Halliburton. Turner, a screen on Brunson. 4-3. And it's Turner, that time on the assist from Halliburton. And the Pacers lead by 13.
And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Pacers.
Loved how much they moved the ball out there tonight.
Yeah, no one got left out. This was a real team effort.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Tyrese Halliburton.
You look forward to playing with someone who doesn't just move the ball, but moves it with a purpose.
Brunson passes to Bridges. Towns finds Bridges. Now Anunoby. Neesmith covering. Here's Brunson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 19 seconds left in the game. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
And so it's the Pacers taking care of business in this one. They have to feel good about this performance. It's one they can be proud of.
Very true. I mean, when you're out on the road, the wins can feel a little sweet.
thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
A look at the Magic starting group. In the backcourt for him, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards, and it's Carter in at the 5 spot. Suggs finds Banchero. Mobley with the block.
That's about reach, folks. The length, the athleticism, the timing of Evan Mobley.
And that one is good from Suggs.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Garland. And it's in there.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
GA, you look how Garland can create for himself. Very good off the catch or the bounce.
So deadly off of those high pick and rolls because he can dribble into that 3. A playmaker that can do that is a headache. Garland knows how to create that space and get his looks.
And it's Banchero missing.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Now, here's Mitchell. Carter pulls it in.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Here's Banchero. Mobley with the block. They recover it. Here's Suggs. Gets himself open and drills it. Suggs has got 5 now.
Boy, the agility of Jalen Suggs when he touches the painted area navigates his way to a nice finish.
Stolen by Carter. Here's Banchero. Count the basket.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Here's Mobley. Paolo Banchero making his last shot. Inside. Garland, no good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And stolen by Mobley. Garland against Suggs. Yep, that one goes in there. He's got 5.
Well, the toughness of Darius Garland on display. Wants to finish through contact and get the bucket.
And Doris, the Cavs had a very successful 23-24 season. 47 wins and the number 4 seed in the East.
And Kevin winning a playoff series. Their first one without LeBron James since 1993. Most of the players on the floor weren't even alive back then. Incredible to think of it in that context.
That's good from Allen on the assist by Mitchell.
Well, Jared Allen proving he's more than capable of beating good defense. That's nicely done.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. A different look now for Cleveland. Hunter comes in for Evan Mobley. And it's Okoro in for Max Strus. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Goga Bitadze's checked in for Carter. Isaac comes in for Banchero. Anthony's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Anthony Black in for Jalen Suggs.
That's a big-time finish by Franz Wagner. Might be young, but he is undeterred.
Garland kicks to Mitchell. Hunter, the pass to Allen. Pass to Mitchell. Puts it up from 15. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
See, what a good feel for what the defense is conceding. Donovan Mitchell very willing to get to that mid-range jumper.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Wagner outside. Back to Anthony. Shot clock at 6. Hunter grabs the miss. Now, here's Okoro from deep. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. It's a tie game here in Cleveland. And we'll be back shortly for the start. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And from what we've seen from the Cavaliers, what do you guys see?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
Hunter is out there with Isaac Okoro. Then there's Mobley. Then there's Javonte Green. And it's Jerome in at the 1 spot. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. Last season, the Magic retired the first jersey number in their franchise's history, that of our esteemed colleague and Hall of Famer, Shaquille O'Neal. Orlando's #1 pick back in 1992, Shaq went on to lead them to their first NBA Finals appearance in 1995. The honor is well-deserved, Kevin.
Yep, he's our teammate, isn't he, David? We love him as a guy, and we love him as a player. The rebound by Bitadze. And around a minute gone here in the second quarter. And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season has really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
Banchero, that one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Banchero's got the lead up to 3 now for Orlando. Pass to Hunter. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Here he goes. And here is Okoro. Mobley inside. Here's Jerome. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. Magic leading by 3. Here's Anthony. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Cavaliers have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Mobley outside. Pass to Jerome. Shoots it up. It's a very good look and converts.
This guy a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
1:35 left in the first half of the game. Mobley with the block. Here's Okoro. No scoring in this one. Jerome passes to Green. Floats it up there for Mobley. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Mobley. Max Strus comes in for Okoro. Mitchell, he's checked in for Javonte Green. And it's Garland in for Ty Jerome. Dean Wade, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson.
Now into lineup for your Cavaliers. Number 32.
Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Strus against Wagner. And he jams it with authority.
Defense unprepared, and Wagner takes full advantage with the flashy finish.
Garland against Suggs. Mitchell looking it over. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Mitchell's got his second bucket.
Well, they're trying to establish their attack down in the paint, and make no mistake, these help their overall confidence.
Suggs passes to Wagner. Wagner outside. This one for 3. Was shot off that time. And so Garland will bring it up for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Mitchell outside. Wade against Carter. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
For Cleveland, they have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And a beautiful finish by Suggs. Suggs has got 7. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Magic lead by 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
For the fan half-court shot. Drums, please. They're measuring up the shot.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Well, you have to like what we're seeing so far from Paolo Banchero.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And so in the game for the Magic, underneath in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. And it's Wagner in at the small forward. And here is Mobley after Jalen Suggs made that last three-pointer. And last season, Max Strus hit that ridiculous 59-footer. Remember that, Doris? That was to beat the Mavericks.
How could we forget that shot, Kevin? It was the second longest game-winning buzzer beater in league history. And what gets overlooked, Strus was 5 for 5 from deep in the last few minutes of that game.
Here's Garland. After the basket by Franz Wagner. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That's his first foul. And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Garland, that's for two. Good, he hits the jump shot. Garland's got 7. Orlando leading by 4. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Franz Wagner grew up in Germany, but he says one of the reasons that I went to college in the U.S. was to learn a different mentality. The game is played more competitively, and talking trash is welcome. I had it in me deep down, but that brought it out more. That combination of styles has helped him to this day. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thanks. Mitchell. No good there.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Banchero. Back to Caldwell Pope. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Banchero against Mobley. Shot clock at 5, and the shot goes in. And now an 8-point Magic lead. Every year, Greg, we get a new batch of rookies into the NBA, and sometimes we're all guilty of judging them too early.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need probably 3 years to evaluate a player. You know, fans and media can be a little harsh at times, but not everybody develops at the same rate.
Magic leading by 6. Suggs dishes to Carter. Pass to Suggs. Caldwell Pope kicks to Carter. Now Wagner lets the 3 fly. Allen with the rebound. 1:14 left to play in the third. Strus passes to Mobley. Now Mitchell. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Mitchell dishes to Garland. Mobley outside. The 3 from Strus. Banchero grabs the board. Orlando's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3 ball here. Pass to Carter. Now, here's Suggs. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Wagner from long range. Trains the three-pointer. Wagner's got the lead up to 9 now for the Magic.
What a great score. Franz Wagner gets it off quickly. So little time to react.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Mitchell. From outside the arc. And the 3 ball is good. Mitchell's got 9 points.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that 3-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And it's Banchero missing.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
Substitution on the court.
And so it's the Orlando Magic with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. We've got DeAndre Hunter. Also, Max Strus out there. And it's Okiki in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Banchero inside, working on Hunter. Pass to De Silva. And so it looks like the Magic will retain possession here. Thompson is checked in for the Cavaliers. And a switcher also for Orlando. Harris is checked in. Here's Harris. Banchero inside, covered by Hunter. Fires from the line. Banchero, that's good. And the Magic lead by 6.
Oh, good to see that Banchero has options if he can't penetrate. Your game has to be multifaceted in the league.
Pass to Garland. Lets it fly from 18. Perfect on the shot. Swishes it through.
And he's someone the defense should be keying on, especially in this moment.
I think he takes that kind of defense as a sign of disrespect, and he was more than happy to accept the challenge.
A different look now for Cleveland. Jared Allen's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Evan Mobley comes in for Hunter. And Donovan Mitchell subbed in for Ty Jerome. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley was saying to the team. Now, he reminded his team, keep looking for the deep ball. If the three is there, take it. You've done a good job getting those looks, so keep taking them. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Floats it up there for Mobley. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
The unspoken communication on the alley-oop, and Evan Mobley making his teammate look good.
Banchero, a screen on Garland. Here's Suggs. Mobley with the block. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Bounce pass from Strus. Garland kicks to Allen. Outside Garland. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Mitchell's got 4 assists in the game. And here is Suggs. Wagner outside. Pass to Carter. And then Carter with the jam.
Carter Jr. demanding that he be the guy to deliver in the big-time moment. Okay, Wendell.
Here's Mitchell. And again, it's Cleveland.
Wow, Donovan Mitchell simply fearless when his team is in need.
The Magic have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. And here's Banchero. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Mobley's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Garland has it in the corner. Strus kicks to Allen. Cleveland moving it around to tie it up. And Mitchell with the layup. Mitchell's got 9 points now in just the second hit.
Spida is attacking right now. Very few guys can score it as quickly or as easily.
Pass to Banchero. Now Suggs. Here is Carter. He tries for 3. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Game could be on the line right here.
It's now or never.
For 3, Mitchell. And it's Suggs with the rebound.
And even with good coverage defensively, that he has confidence to drill the 3.
Banchero in a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Mobley.
And all eyes on Banchero here. They want to see how he handles some intense pressure.
He's able to hit the second one, and that gives them the lead.
Yeah, he gets them the lead at the free throw line despite the 1 miss.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. Guys, what's your take on how they maximize their opportunities now?
Yeah, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
What you want is to create a clean, high-percentage look, if that's at all possible.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2.
Despite his young age, we know Jalen Suggs has proven to be a tremendous leader. His teammates love playing with this guy. That last free throw was a huge, huge shot. The difference between a 2- and a 3-point lead at this stage is major.
The three from Garland. Count it! And oh, that was an enormous three-pointer.
Absolutely fearless as Darius Garland. Clutch shot, no problem.
Nine seconds left here in the fourth quarter. To the left side wing. Here's Ben Carroll. It's good!
And likes the view from there. He's a strong mid-range shooter.
Well, sometimes when you've got size, your release point is so high that you're going to get a good look no matter what.
And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
A look at Indiana's starting group. Neesmith and Siakam are the forwards. Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. And it's Turner in at the center position.
And now the game is really starting to flow. We should be in for a good one.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
I want Halliburton running my offense. Tyrese is a fantastic decision maker.
Ball outside. To the paint. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Such a skilled big. 6'10" Nikola Vucevic. He can beat you up in the post, or he can step back and hit a three-stand.
Yeah, Brian, and he's an excellent passer as well. Throughout his career, Vucevic's teams have been very good offensively, and his versatility is a big reason for that. Wow, missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
And just over a minute played here to start the game. The three from Ball. No luck on that one.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
Halliburton looking over the floor. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
And this is how competitive Halliburton is. Doesn't allow some contact to distract him from scoring.
White on the wing. Pass to Buzelis. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Nembhard. The Pacers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's Siakam. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
A gritty play by Siakam. Absorbs the foul and still gets his shot to go.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Pascal Siakam. One shot.
Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And that just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
The Pacers have gone 3 of 4, off to a nice start. Chicago with a rebound. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Just a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to chat. We talked about this matchup here tonight, specifically what his team wants to do against Miles Turner. Coach told me we need to push him out of the paint whenever we can and make him a jump shooter and live with those results. If we can do that, I think we'll be in great shape. Guys, back to you.
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Pass to Siakam. Here's Nembhard. Misses the three. Chicago has gone 2 of 5 from deep. Here's Buzelis. He's covered by Siakam. Vucevic, and he connects with a jumper. Vucevic has got 5.
Well, you see, the ability to get the ball where it needs to go is what really stands out regarding Buzelis.
Halliburton outside. 50 seconds left in the first quarter. And the layup falls. Halliburton's got his second basket.
He can move around with the big boys. Halliburton not giving in on the interior.
Ball passes to Giddey. Here's Buzelis. He's covered by Siakam. Here's Buzelis. He's scoreless. 6 on the shot clock. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. They'll pin that one on Pascal Siakam.
And at 6'10", Buzelis is becoming a very difficult cover for defenses, especially when he's aggressive and trying to score.
And the Pacers making a change here. Toppin, he's checked in for Turner. Walker comes in for Siakam. Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Nesmith. And it's McConnell in for Nembhard. Now here's Halliburton. Indiana needs to get a shot off. McConnell from outside. He drops it from range. And this game is tied up now. It's all tied in Chicago. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. And from what we've seen from Chicago, what's your take so far?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
Yeah, and when you're hitting threes early, that opens up the floor and really helps your offense.
Smith out there with Patrick Williams. Then it's Josh Giddey. Then there's Ayo Dosunmu. And it's Jones in at the 1. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
From Pete Giddey. He buries it from 3. Giddey's got 9.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now here's Halliburton. He has 6. Drills it from deep.
You're clapping back. Halliburton matching the 3 from the other end.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute to play. Williams a screen on Matherin. Smith left side. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Smith's got his first bucket in this one. Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
Now here's Jones. No points yet.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. Here's McConnell after the basket by Chicago. Halliburton outside. Oh, 2 physical points for Halliburton.
And he has taken over this game. Halliburton looks like he's on cruise control at this point.
Giddey with it. 9 points in the game. The 15-footer. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Great to see players still working the in-between areas. There wasn't much resistance defensively.
Halliburton outside. And here's Toppin from the arc. Another 3 for Indiana.
And look at the vision from Halliburton. Love seeing ball movement like this.
Bulls trail by 4. And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Boy, you got to like what Tyrese Halliburton has done in this game.
Well, now the question is, how do you scheme this guy? Try to take the ball out of his hands? Bring a second defender? I'm curious to see what they do.
The Pacers making a switch here. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Toppin. Pascal Siakam comes in for Walker. Nesmith, he's checked in for Matherin. And it's Nembhard in for McConnell. Indiana leading by 4. Nembhard outside. Pass to Turner. 59 seconds left in the second quarter. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
Jones, the pass to Vucevic. White looking it over. For 3. On target from range. White's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Indiana's got it going from deep. 3 for 3 so far in the quarter. Now Halliburton. He's got 14 over Jones. Hits the rim on the way in, and the bucket is good. Halliburton's got 16 points now.
This is a shot Halliburton's developed, the mid-range jumper.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Jones sets a screen. White for 3. The rebound by Turner. And the ball out of play. The Bulls will have it. 8 seconds left in the second quarter. To the middle. 2 on the clock. And he can't jam it through. Tyrese Halliburton getting it done for the Indiana Pacers. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. We'll be right back with you shortly.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shots. Drums. They're measuring up the shots.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Tyrese Halliburton has been sensational.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
On the court for the Pacers, Halliburton and Nembhard, the 1 and the 2. Nesmith and Siakam are the forwards. And it's Turner in at the 5, down low. Now here's Ball. No made baskets yet. Vucevic, a screen on Halliburton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's White. On target from about 13 feet. And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. It's a three-point game. Well, Stan, you talk about a late bloomer. Kobe White has shown that he might be just that.
Well, Brian, everything has come together for him. He's improved on defense. He's improved his decision-making. He got that second contract and a bigger role, and he is playing great.
They might have the best air in the NBA.
He's been so aggressive on offense, and with the results, you understand why.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. And here's Siakam. He's got 5. Halliburton misses. White with it. He's picked up by Nembhard. Giddey against Halliburton. And they call an illegal screen here.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Indiana leading. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Inside. Here's Turner. Chicago with a rebound. Outside Giddey. The shot is good, and this game is back to even. Giddey's got 5 points now this quarter. Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert, but we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and then we've got 2 young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in Wemby and Chet Holmgren.
And so here is Chicago. After the basket by Indiana on the other end, Vucevic's shot is off. A minute and a half left in the third quarter. Siakam outside. Turner with it, guarded by Vucevic. 6 to shoot. Pass to Halliburton. Shoots over White. Halliburton misses.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Buzelis' shot is good.
And he doesn't waste any time at all. Buzelis got the ball and just attacked right away.
Halliburton against ball. Down low. Halliburton working through the D. A hard-fought matchup. 7 lead changes thus far.
And these teams have been sparring from the get-go, neither able to land the knockout blow.
Ball into the lane. Pass to Buzelis. Off the mark there with a 3.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Siakam, the pass to Nembhard. The three-pointer off the mark. Chicago trailing here. White finds ball. They set the screen. Pass to Vucevic. Over Siakam. And it's Vucevic. That time on the assist by Ball. 3 quarters of play and a close one here. Chicago ahead, leading by a point. And time for a short break. Stay right there. The fourth quarter is coming up.
great body control allows Mathurin to finish through contact.
And Giddey has got the ball here for the Bulls. The lead is 2. Williams, a screen on Mathurin from deep. Giddey. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Halliburton with the ball, guarded by Smith. And here's Toppin from the arc. That's good. And Halliburton gets the assist. Halliburton's got 3 assists now in this one. Jones, the pass to Williams. Giddey with it. Shoots over Mathurin. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Here's my question. Where is the defensive communication?
Well, I can tell you, this kind of defense will drive coaches crazy.
A big group substitution here for Chicago. Vucevic, he's checked in for Smith. Buzelis comes in for Williams. White, he's checked in for DeSumo. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Jones. So Indiana going with an almost entire new group here. Miles Turner, he's checked in for Toppin. Siakam comes in for Walker. Nesmith, he's checked in for Mathurin. And it's Nembhard in for McConnell. Oh, the sweet touch inside by Halliburton.
This continues to be a battle. The lead is within reach.
Yeah, this is definitely a close one. Let's see if they have enough in the tank to take the lead here.
Three-pointer Vucevic. Another 3 for Chicago.
A truly dynamic big man. Vucevic really has the ability to shoot from almost anywhere on the floor.
Here's Halliburton. Ball with the rebound.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. Great awareness and effort.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Pascal Siakam. That's foul number 2 for him. 1:52 left in the 4th quarter. Halliburton against Ball. Down low. Here's Vucevic.
And the shooter had to have Turner's block numbers in his head. Miles is a rejection machine.
Halliburton against Ball. Oh, Halliburton not backing down.
Important points. Tyrese Halliburton, always ready to take the big one.
Pass to Vucevic. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th.
What a costly turnover. Those are the ones that keep you up at night.
And here's Indiana now. Halliburton attacks. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy. And now just a 1-point Bulls lead.
And using that momentum to his advantage. Even when Halliburton gets knocked around, he pushes through it well.
Ball passes to Vucevic. 59 seconds left in the final quarter. And he sinks it.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
They'll probably slow things down now.
Burn the clock while you have the lead. I like that.
Oh, he nails it!
Look to a machine like Vooch when you need him most. He's a reliable offensive option who comes through for his club.
Here's Halliburton. The shot misses. Good D by Ball. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
First personal foul.
So the first one drops, and that increases the lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Taking care of business at the line, converting on all those free throws helps them build this lead.
27 seconds left to play in the 4th. The Pacers again can't hit. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
This this one belongs to Chicago. This one was in the balance right until the final seconds.
NBA, they showed.